What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of the Wisemen Say podcast, powered by Yamo Media. Ty Fisher, Jerald Lucas, joining us here in just a few moments. Today, pretty action-packed show, I would say. We got the Crew versus Sporting Kansas City recap. Then we're going to be talking some Cabby's Corner, Columbus Crew 2, Inter Columbus also in the mix. I'm going to be previewing the who did the Crew play this weekend? Going to be previewing the Crew versus New England Revolution match on Saturday as I prepare these banners. Preview. Obviously going to be going through some did not mean to do that. Obviously going to be going through some there we go. There we go. Obviously, going to be going through some MLS predictions for the weekend, and then ending on yellow card, red card for the week, and whatnot. So, hopefully, everybody has tuned in, gotten a drink, gotten a snack, and is ready to join the conversation. Once again, this is the Wiseman Say podcast, powered by Yamo Media. So why not get right into it, right? So the Columbus Crew faced off against Sporting Kansas City this past Saturday. I was not at the game. I was at a wedding in Granville. Fun times though, but I did see about 85 minutes of the game. It was it looked like, I mean, granted, KC, we all know KC is not that good. We all know that they have been struggling. Peter Vermes has been struggling so far this season with Sporting Kansas City and MLS Original. But we all know KC has not been that great. We also know that the Columbus Crew have also been good. Okay, so it's a story of two tales, whatever the saying is, right? But for the Columbus Crew to be back at home after being on the road for so long, it's probably the best case scenario for the club to, get right back to the groove of things as far as MLS, right? We know that they lost against Miami last week. I think it was last Wednesday. But we also know that this match was something more than just getting back into the groove of things back at home. We also know it's Aiden Morris's farewell match as he goes to Middlesbrough here soon. So his last match, obviously wanting to go out on a high note, but just talking through the match here, and I'll get Gerald's thoughts when he comes on. Cucho Hernandez absolutely picks up right where he left off. I did say something about a while ago that I had a hunch of something that he's not been the same player like he was. Everybody knows that he had that suspension by Wilfried Nancy after the Charlotte FC match early in the season. Comes back against DC United, gets a red card, so he's suspended another game. It's been a rocky road at the start of the season for Cucho Hernandez, but he has been contributing. He's been scoring goals, picks up right where he left off, and he's still well in the mix for the Golden Boot award at the end of the season. First goal, I'd probably say that was a classic Cucho, right? That's just classic Cucho right there. You can't really write it up better than that. Okay. Great on Max Arfson to kind of put that ball backwards as he's dribbling towards the end line. Cucho takes it, touch around two defenders, comfortably places it to the far right post, and it's 1-0 Columbus, right? The second goal, which sucks because the sporting app that I use labeled it as an own goal, which is absolutely mental. But it's good on Cucho, because when you look at that, he kind of starts far back a little bit as Jerald joins the stream here. 1 second as he gets his stuff working. He kind of is he frozen? He looks frozen. Nah, he's not frozen. There he is. What's up, buddy?
Buenas noches, everybody.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. What I miss?
I'm just going over nothing much, dude. We're only 6 minutes in. Just thoughts on the KC game, pretty much.
So it was a complete game.
You were there actually.
Oh my!
If I remember correctly.
Yes, I was there. It was a complete game.
Yeah, so you might have better insight on everything than I do because I was watching on my phone in Granville at a wedding.
So I mean, it from start to finish, honestly.
Yeah,
start to finish. Shout out to the front office. They did, before the match, they did the tribute for Darlington Nagbe, Mr. 400. And the video was nice, showing a young Darlington getting drafted to Portland.
Yeah.
And then they didn't show him, I thought they would have did like breaking news, Nagbe to Atlanta, but then they showed his jersey for Atlanta, showed him winning the cup there.
Yeah.
Showed the 2020 cup here, and then, also showed the 2023. So, I mean, he's the only MLS player with four cups.
Yeah.
And he's also pushing for 5 now. So, I mean, he gets 5. You might as well call him the Michael Jordan of MLS, or the Tom Brady, right? Yes, I just see. But
Inter Columbus UPSL side and NOL side in the chat. How's it going? Hey, you got the shirt on too.
Let me lower the camera so that way, no, but then they also publicly introduced Isata.
Yeah, I did see that. That was the first time that they were able to formally
introduce him to the fans.
To the fans.
And, standing ovation. Not that, I mean, Issa deserved it, right? He's learned from the best. Then it's like, you didn't know at first if they were going to do something before the match, if they were going to do something after the match.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like game goes, right? And it just was, it was a masterclass by the team, because I think they were pissed off from what happened in Miami on Wednesday. And it's just like, we lost the League's Cup, we lost not the League's Cup, but the Champions Cup final. And it's just like, okay, that now the season starts, right? We got through the muddy waters of balancing, international windows, Champions Cup, injuries, whatever the case may be, we got through it, right?
Yeah.
Now our season starts, and it's like, okay, then we lost to Inter Miami on a Wednesday, which, I stick up for, the team and all that, right? The team looked horrible on Wednesday against Inter Miami, right? How were they going to rebound, on a Saturday match? And for them to come out the way that they did, it looked like the Columbus of late last year. Inviting that pressure more and more, right? And one of KC's, stars is who? Alan Pulido, right? Quiet as a church mouse. There, he didn't get anything started.
Yeah.
And it was shocking, right? And it was shocking that they didn't have Johnny Russell start. because
I
those
was
two,
wondering about that. I was like, when it was halftime, I got back home and I saw it was halftime. I saw Johnny Russell was wearing a bib. I'm like, why is Johnny Russell not starting?
but then a KC player gets hurt, right? He was down for a little bit. At that point, I feel Vermees should have pulled him out sooner, right? Whatever player gets close to the hydration break, and here comes the player goes down, and now the official's like, all right, get him out. He's not going to be able to continue, right? But on the Crew side, Max is cooking.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
Good old Max Arston. Yeah.
And, there was a couple chances. It was that whole combination between him and Cucho. Those two have been working like a tandem, right? Mm-hmm. And when he made that, when Cucho got him, so when Cucho got Max the ball and Max made that arc to go around the defender and Cucho sort of just, cut in between the defense. And the way that he was able just to perfectly time that cross to Cucho for just a little flick to, to go up 1-0. Right. And it just was like, oh my God. And then later on, I think it was later on in the first half, I thought the place was gonna burn down because Aiden had a banger. If it
didn't that get saved?
It got tipped. Like right as it was getting to their keeper, the ball has somehow barely got grazed somehow before he got fingertips on it, because that was going in. And how far Aiden was out, it just was a missile.
Yeah.
Just a straight shot, right? And then, Cucho and Aiden hooks up. They go, Cucho goes celebrates in the corner, right? And Aiden's sitting there pumping up the Nordeca. Like, let's go, But, you go into halftime 2-0, right? And Brianna calls it out at halftime. Cucho's going to get a hat trick. And it was like we all were sitting there talking like we could feel he's going to get a hat trick.
Watching him play, I could tell he was Cucho of last year.
He was on one. He was straight up on one. Second half, the Crew come out just full throttle still. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I cried in the press box in the second half. At the 60th minute. And, shout out to the officials for allowing that to go on. Because they didn't have to.
See,
they didn't.
I pointed that out to my mom. I said, it had to have been brought to the officials' attention. Yeah, it had to have been brought to the officials' attention that this is going to be, hey, this is something that is being planned. Can we get away with not being penalized with the time substitution? And I think that's something that's fair game to pro to allow that to happen.
Peter Vermees was sitting there having a meltdown about it.
Why?
He was mad because it was delaying the game. Like he was just
they're down 2-0. I mean, what's
he was having a meltdown on that sideline. Like I looked down there, he was in the fourth official's ear, like like come on.
I did see another angle. Somebody was sitting in the upper There's no seats above us. I don't know exactly where they were, honestly. They were like right
probably in
below
the
the press
sweet spot.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere like that. One of the SKC players was also talking to the official, like, what's up? Like, and pointing to the scoreboard, like, pointing to the clock, like, what's, and the official was standing there, like, I think it's like this was planned beforehand, you know. Yeah, honestly, when does he not have a meltdown? When does Peter Vermees not have a meltdown?
This might be the year he finally gets let go.
Unless after the All-Star break, SKC just go on a rampage and just win games
like they did last year.
He does just enough to keep his job, but they did let go Brian Bliss.
Dummies.
He Peter Vermees just does just enough to keep his job.
Yeah,
and it works.
But I mean, you know, at that 60th minute, you know, it just was watching a young man become a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we've all grown accustomed to Aiden in the academy, right? Before the academy was, you know, the academy. You know, when they were out there training at the fortress out at the Obits. You know,
yeah.
From him to holding the sign for Save the Crew. You know, to him, you know, getting thrust into the limelight in MLS Cup 2020 because, you know, people got sick, you know, with COVID. And him just out there balling, you know, to, you know, him getting hurt in 21 and coming, you know, are we going to see the same Aiden we saw in 2020? Mm-hmm. How is he going to rebound in 2022? He came out with that dog in him. And, you know, he started, you know, molded into like a Darlington Nagbe-esque player, just a younger version of him. And, you know, 2023 was honestly his breakout.
It was.
You know, and that's what got him his name put out there on the global stage, right? To now, you know, we all knew it was coming, whether it was going to be at the summer window or at the end of the year. We were hoping for the latter.
Yeah.
You know, but this is the best time for him to spread his wings. And, you know, when Patrick came all the way over from goal, you know, and, you know, hugged him for a minute. And then when he got to Sean, like those two, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got to Sean, and then, you know, he kissed the crest as he was walking off the field before he touched the grass. He leaned over, kissed the Columbus crest, and then, you know, touched grass and then hugged Nancy. And it just was like, you know, this is it. And, you know, and it was the perfect setting. You had Chris Doran on the call on the radio. You had Neil Sika for Apple. You had Lloyd Sam, who was the one that first started, you know, saying Aiden had that dog in him with the British accent, you know, which was what set it apart, right? And, you know, Lloyd Sam says, you know, this will be the last time that we'll be able to say this, but Aiden Moore's got that dog in him. And then the game went on, right? You know, they're filming the movie Superman in Cleveland, right now.
No.
Yeah, they
I'm not a big Marvel whatever person.
Well, needless to say, they should have been filming it in Columbus because a certain platinum blonde headed man named Christian Ramirez came into the match and just turned into Superman, and it just was lights out, right? He's on a hot streak as well. Between him and Max, you know, they deserve that time to be out there, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, Christian did start. I'm sorry. Christian did start. So he gets on the board, right? in that second half. And it's like, okay, what's next? Right? Game's going. And there's that foul right there above the 18-yard box. Columbus gets that free kick. Who do you expect to take the free kicks normally, right? Diego. Here comes Cucho. Like, let's see if he's gonna get it. And I wish I would have hit, selected Cucho anytime goal, but the way he bent it around the wall, just and it capped it off, and then he got subbed off.
Yeah.
Like, I got the hat trick and I'm out. But then honestly, you bring in Matan and Marino, and both of them should at least have one goal apiece.
The Crew should have scored at least 7.
It should have been that Atlanta, should have been the Star Wars night like last year against Atlanta United.
Except they should have had one more.
Yeah. But it was asshole. Complete game from top to bottom. And that Techers video, that the
Zach
digital yes. Oh my
Zach,
God.
Yeah.
That should just, it was lit. They looked like they were having fun though in that circle. And you're seeing Casey's players not knowing which way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they go to Camacho? Do they go to Chris? Do they go to Mo? Like, who do I choose to try to get this from? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if the Crew starts playing like they're having fun out there, they're the most dangerous team in MLS. I don't care what you say, LAFC has. I don't care about Messi and company. When you have a Columbus Crew team that's sitting there laughing as they're competing in a regular season game and it looks like a training session, that's a dangerous team. Regardless of what the score is, if they're out there, it looks like they're smiling and they're laughing and they're doing techers like that, they're dangerous. And you don't want to play them.
Yeah.
So needless to say, the score ended 4-0, and the celebration came. And but during that, they showed Aiden Morris sitting on the bench, and he kept raising his hand up, and Darlington kept smacking his hand away. He just like kept trying to put it down, and then Aiden stood up, and the whole crowd erupted. We got to see Derek Jones, and when he starts running, he's a freight train. He's literally a freight train, and I'd hate to be in front of him. They did get to see AZ Jackson was sitting there in the player suites. So if you guys haven't seen, go check out the Crew's Twitter, and he's got a video about being here in Columbus now. So it's gonna be a fun time, coming, going forward.
Really quick before we move on, just the emotion surrounding that Aiden Morris tribute after the game.
It was electric. Between trying to hold back, still hold back tears, and Aiden was trying to hold him back as well. He kept wiping his face, like putting his face into like the his the crease of his arm, acting like he's just wiping sweat when he was wiping tears. Had both his family and also his host family was down there. just to see him grow from a boy to a man.
Yeah.
In this organization. Before the match, though, Jimmy and Dee Haslam went down there as Aiden does his like pre-game rituals, going out to the field and just standing there, visualizing everything. They went down there and talked with Aiden, right? It just nobody left. When the game ended, nobody left other than the KC fans.
Yeah. Were there any fans there from KC?
Yeah, there was probably Gaston was sitting there. It's like, what is there? Only like 20 of them over there. And about maybe like 5-10 minutes into the game, you look over and there's like 40 of them.
Oh, so it was pretty good traveling.
It was a nice crowd.
Yeah.
For KC fans.
Really quick, completely off Columbus. I kind of feel for this. Honestly. That sucks for Cincinnati. Miazga's done for the 2024 season. Just been placed on season-ending injury. I can't remember what it was, honestly. It was FC Cincinnati. Okay. FC Cincinnati announced today that defender Matt Miazga had a successful reconstructive surgery of the posterior cruciate ligament, his PCL and meniscus today in New York. Injuries were suffered in FC Cincinnati's June 15th match at San Jose. Miazga will be placed on the season-ending injury list and will be sidelined for the remainder of the 2024 MLS season. The club expects to see him rejoin the team in preseason training in 2025. So he's done for the rest of the season, and it sounds like playoffs.
And possibly Nick Haglund as well.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see on that, but
he's I hate to see Miazga go out like that.
Yeah, because after everything that happened last year.
Yeah, but Nick Haglund, I feel really bad for him. For him to come off the ACL injury that he had.
Yeah.
And then to break his fibula, just this past Saturday, it's like he can't catch a break. I mean, you gotta feel something for him because he's a Cincinnati kid.
Yeah.
They're playing for his hometown team. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, is he really from Cincinnati?
He's from Cincinnati.
Really? Yes. I did not know that.
He's from Cincinnati playing for his hometown team. So I feel bad for both of them that the way that they went out, right? Miazga, as a person, I don't care for him, but as a player, I feel, you'd never want to see a player have a season-ending injury.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I wish the best for them, both of them. That they get better and that they're able to continue with their careers.
Yeah, right? That's the biggest one. Yeah.
Because, you don't know if they're going to be able to continue or be the same, coming back from these injuries.
I saw the San Jose match. I was watching the San Jose Cincinnati match, and I saw that happen to Miazga, and I was like, that's not good. Because the way that he was down and you could hear the ding off the post. Like you can hear his leg ricochet off the post like that. And I was like, that's not good.
Yeah, it's
at all. And then Justin, I just saw this. Justin Blair, he's a writer for Cincy Soccer Talk. Wrote, all right, hear me out, FC Cincinnati, and it's who is that? I can't remember who that is, but it's a Aston Villa player. That's funny.
So they need to go ahead and retract their bid for Weston McKennie and go get some defense.
I think that's the most funniest troll job I've ever seen in my life. That's absolutely hilarious that everybody fell for that.
Mm.
What was I gonna do? I saw something.
Before we get, I did see something earlier today.
Yeah.
Frankie Amaya got sold to Toluca.
Oh, is it done?
Yes.
I knew it was in works. I didn't know when it was
Yep.
finally done. All the Cincinnati fans are pissed because Frankie Amaya didn't give them a thank you Cincinnati post, but absolutely pours his heart out to the red side of New York.
And then the Thiago Almada is done too.
Is that like completely done, or is that just in the final stages? Because I saw it was in the final stages.
That's it's just a matter of, I think, a day, days, just finalizing signatures and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But 20 million, and it's, they don't know if he's going to go play for the Brazil team or if he's going to go straight to Lions. Yep. So it's either he's going to go play like
who?
over there in France.
Lyon?
Yeah.
Wait, is that so is that like a loan or what?
No, it's part of, I guess it's part of the same, like, you know how Black Knight is? Like what Bez is doing?
Yeah.
That's the whole group that owns the team in Brazil also has Lyon.
I'm confused. I have to read it.
Yeah.
And I have it on my screen. I'm confused.
But 20 million though.
But moving on. Your favorite. Really quick. I think I remember what I was gonna say. The AZ training.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does he look in training? Does he look like he's fitting in? What does he look like in I know it's probably too early to tell. But like just first thought really quick, what does he look like?
We only got to really see not too much of like them doing some of like the warm-up training.
Yeah.
We got to see him do some of like the little the sprints and the agilities.
Mm-hmm.
Started to see a little bit when they broke out into the groups. But so far he's fitting in. He still can't play until the transfer window.
Right.
Which it sucks because, I mean, it's an MLS to MLS, which it should be allowed. You know what I'm saying?
The transfer window doesn't. It's not the transfer window.
Yeah, I know. Thing. But Shambos is not here yet.
He's still waiting on his green card. Visa, right?
Yeah. So, once he gets that, so we'll start seeing. I do also want to say, get better, Evan Bush. He has to restart the process again. But, like he said in his Instagram story, it's not from a lack of not trying to come back. He was coming back, and it just is a minor setback, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Hope he gets better in a full recovery. But now it's time to talk about Cappies.
Really quick. No, Connor, the keepers are off by themselves, but everybody else is all together.
Yeah.
You
don't even got to split the screen. It's real quick.
Bam.
Crew 2 was in action Friday, taking on Chicago FC 2. Chicago FC 2 went up 1-0 for pretty much the majority of the game until the 89th minute when Jaden Daw scored the equalizer to send them into PKs. Unfortunately, the Cappies did fall in the PKs to Chicago FC 2. It was heartbreaking, but they gave everything. Jaden Daw is starting to come around. I think he's shaking off that college shell, and he's now becoming a pro, right? So he's almost like a Jason, in 22, coming on slow, but then once he starts going, it's gone, right? So I don't know, can't remember who they play next. Actually, I had it right here, but they are in action on June 30th in New York to take on the Baby Red Bulls at 7 p.m. The game, you can catch the game on MLSNextPro.com. And the Cappies actually also sit in. They dropped a spot. They sit in 8th place right now behind Orlando, but right above Crown Legacy. So,
what was I going to ask? I was going to ask something about them. I just don't remember what it was. I don't remember. It'll come to me.
I blanked out at media availability talking with Christian. Like, I got my one question. I went to go ask another question. I was like, I really forgot, like, that quick.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And Christian started laughing.
It'd be like that sometimes. Was everybody just talking really quiet today? Because I couldn't hear anything nobody was saying on that video for Nancy.
I don't know. I think they switched cameras. Ben finally was able to come in with his.
I couldn't hear I literally had my laptop up to my ear trying to hear like Brianna's questions and everybody else's questions. I couldn't hear nothing from the room.
Probably couldn't hear me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I haven't listened to the playback, because I was there.
Yeah.
But Christian started laughing when I couldn't remember the question.
It'd be like that sometimes, man. Like, you just forget, like, shit, I don't remember. Come back to me.
Yeah.
Moving on. You got the shirt on. Oh, wait, answer this question really quick. Will Dobby be a first teamer next year, or will he play with the second team another year? I think he'll stay with the second team.
I think it'll be a combination. I think
kind of like Cole Maroka.
Kind of like Cole, but I think you'll see. I think you'll see him get called up 4 times, maybe 2 times, right? It all depends on preseason next year.
Yeah.
When Nazi goes to reevaluate, it all depends on preseason. But I do see another full year. I think it'll be here's where it will be. He'll start off in with Crew 2 next year. Towards the playoffs is when he'll get called up. Just like, Mo and Jason was in 22 when they were trying to make that playoff push. You know what I'm saying? And Porter, blew it and wouldn't play the young ones. Yes, Connor, if you get called up 4 times, you do have to sign a first team contract, but you could play 2 and get called up 4. So yeah, I see him playing, one more year with Crew 2, honestly. So, but yes, I do got this lovely shirt.
As I'm making the banner for it right now.
I'm just gonna sit back like this,
So moving on. UPSL season has wrapped up for Inter Columbus. There it is. We're gonna move that here. Inter Columbus UPSL season has wrapped up. They claim the Ohio Indie League Conference championship top spot. Me and Jerald were on hand at the game at St. Charles. FC Cincinnati came in second after they lost to Lions. It was at St. Charles. They played Greater Columbus FC. Played them at the beginning of the year, actually, and got a 1-0 win. Jaden Lunsford, that guy just absolutely went on a tear.
He looked like Cucho out there.
Man, he put on a show for everybody.
But I mean, when you're playing a team that didn't want to be there,
yeah, you could just tell. You could just tell.
It really was like the coach wasn't coaching. He just was sitting there getting a tan. The assistant coach was sitting there at the gates, collecting money for people coming in.
Yeah,
or going to try to get balls that went over into the neighboring, apartment complex. So I mean, it was like, and the players, some of them looked like they wanted to play. Some of them looked like, the hell are we doing here?
What do you have to play for?
Yeah, second to worst team in the conference.
But the main team,
oh man, they were having fun.
They were putting on a show, and Inter Columbus was putting on a show. 4-0 win. Jaden Lunsford with 3, Elton Shafamba with the other, and next you know we're getting T-shirts. Players are getting medals. So
but Ohio didn't even bring the trophy.
It was supposed to be somebody else. It was supposed to be the league president that brought the trophy.
No, but it really was fun. But I knew it was going to be a special day because right before the game, there was a certain player that showed up. Conte showed up to play. So you knew it was going to be fun.
Back from Somali national team duty. Had a chance to talk with him. And that's a good experience for him. I'm really happy he got that opportunity.
But when you see him show up, it's like, oh yeah, here we go.
But for those who don't know who Muhammad Sheikh is, he plays for Ohio Dominican University, captain, and probably one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. But that game was that was a great game. I liked how I liked the way that they were playing. I do agree with Ian Encarnacion. I talked to him at halftime. The transition moments were a little shaky, going from defense to offense. But other than that, I mean, they were dictating the game the entire time.
And shouts out to the officials though. He had it. That center ref had his hands full. Honestly,
he did. I do think he did. I do think he had a good a good grip on the match. Also, not to let it get too out of hand, but letting him play enough to where it was like, okay, this is a steady pace of how the game is going to go.
I thought it was funny. We heard a comment coming from somewhere. I don't know who said it, but
I know who it is. Don't repeat it. I already know what you're going to say.
But it just was like, it was funny. And then just seeing, like even the VR, the AR there on the side sort of laughed too. But hey, I did like Ben. Ben was directing everybody.
Ben Wolfing, the German.
Hey, and he's crazy. Like he had that one sequence there that Greater Columbus should have scored, but it hit the post. And
first
then,
half?
Yes, in the first half where he shot that banger, but it had been beat, but Ben didn't waver, you know what I'm saying? It still hit the post. But then there was like in the second half, there was that one where they went on a break and it was off of a throw-in. When dude almost threw it into the goal and he had to hurry up and punch it out.
Yeah, behind the goal for a corner.
Yeah, so it just was like, shout, even though the goal wouldn't have counted, but still the fact that he threw it from, damn near into the goal.
Yeah.
But I did like how, when Ben was directing down in the defensive half, and then I don't know who it was that once it got to midfield who started directing everything. But you're hearing the, turns, you're hearing the swings, and everybody's right there. And what's the tall one that came in that's really tall? That's
Malik.
Yes. He's fast for how tall he is.
Yeah. A former FC Columbus NPSL player. Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at him and how he caught up to try, got the ball away. I'm like, oh, that's not normal.
He's a great player, honestly. He's a great player.
And then Elton,
Elton had himself a game.
He was having a game, and he had 2 assists.
Hang on. I still have the notes here in my so Jadon Lunsford, 36th minute, Pele with the main assist, Elton Chafamba with the secondary assist. Jadon Lunsford 2-0, 45th minute, Elton Chafamba with the assist. So 2 assists right here. Jadon Lunsford 33-0. Pele assist, and then Elton with the 4th, and Jack Jenkins with the assist. So Elton had 2 assists. Pele had 2 assists. Jadon Lunsford had 3 goals, and Elton Chafamba had 1. Jenkins with 1 assist.
So I mean, Elton was having a game.
Yeah,
and and I like his heart. I like his his whole play. And when he got fouled hard, he let the other player know, like, no, you don't do that. So yeah, he's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Hey now, Connor.
What? Huh?
They'll blow come playoff time. Like, no, Connor.
This is only his second year. I think we're talking about. I think he's thinking of somebody else.
Yeah,
he has to be thinking of somebody else. They claim top spot in the Ohio Indy conference, and I actually found this out on Monday. So originally, Inter Columbus was going to play Lions on June 30th in the conference semifinals. You had FC Cincinnati facing off against Foot Ohio in Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati has pulled out of the playoffs. So now Lions will play Foot Ohio. Inter Columbus has a straight bye to the conference final on July 7th.
So they're just waiting to play for the championship.
They're just waiting to play for the championship of the conference. Yes. So Foot Ohio will play Lions, I believe, June 30th also. And then the winner of that game will face off against Inter Columbus July 7th at Grove City Christian School.
Whatever.
What? July 7th, Grove City Christian School, I think at 7:00.
So the winner of that, do they go off to nationals?
That's a good question. We will try and get that answer soon. That's a good question. I'm thinking I want to have Caleb and a player on the week. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be here.
You won't be.
I don't think I'm gonna be here.
Actually, next week. Because
we're supposedly leaving the 4th.
Okay. Well, we're going to be recording on the 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, that's
next
right.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So I definitely want to have. Oh yeah, I was getting my days mixed up. I definitely want to have Caleb and a player come on.
So you might want to start making phone calls.
Yeah, for sure. Back to MLS though. Columbus Crew have a game on Saturday against the New England Revolution. First time against Caleb Porter this year. And to be honest, they are on a roll.
Yes. I don't know what happened.
They started piecing the right pieces together.
Listen. But they're on a roll. They were on a roll last year when Columbus went into Foxborough and beat them. They were on they were undefeated at home before Columbus went in there and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And Columbus, ended that, and then New England just started crumbling after that. But Christian was asked about it today. And he even said he's like everybody we played so far has been somehow been on a hot streak. And it's always we end up winning.
Yeah.
And he said the guys have all talked about it and laughed about it. But he even said something about, we knew that we're going to get the best out of everybody this year. And rightfully so, you're the reigning champs, right? So, you're expecting to get the best from every team that you play each game. Not against Sporting KC, but everybody else. So they use, they laugh about, the teams being on hot streaks, playing Crew. So
yeah. Well, the series lead is a commanding 40 wins for Columbus, 28 wins for New England, and the teams have only drawn 21 times. The last 3 matches, Columbus have outscored New England 3-2 over the last 3 matches. You had nothing back on July 23rd of 2022. Then you had 1-1 in April, and then 2-1 in October of last year.
And that October one is where we were the only team to beat New England at home.
Is that when that was?
Yes. Or no. No. We were that was October.
Was that?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Well then, cool. So looking at New England, right? They've kind of pieced some things together as I clicked the wrong thing on the freaking website. They went from bottom to 12th. Right? However, it's only by a 1-point margin. As DC, Montreal, and New England all have 19. Chicago has 18 points. Right?
So, yeah.
But what has New England done right in order to get this 4-game winning streak?
I haven't really paid attention to them, other than they Caleb Porter still owns FC Cincinnati. Down there at Cincinnati, he still owns them. I wonder if he actually did the put his finger, told him to shush. But no, it's like you said, they just started putting different pieces together, right? I don't know if Porter has gotten over of not playing the young talent, because I haven't. No Buck, should be playing.
Yeah.
More. Baroni has stepped up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Mensah's coming off of the bench, or if he's starting, or he'll start and then come off the bench the next match. The Heel brothers, Nacho and Carlos.
So I'm trying to find my thing, because there we go.
They're starting to get going, and then seeing some of the noise that they're trying to make, bringing in people in the window. So I think they're starting to fully. I think Porter's finally fully evaluating. So
Mensah played 9 minutes against Cincinnati. He has not played. Okay, there it is. He played his last full 90 in league play. Why? Oh, that's in 23. This is 24. His last 90 in league play looks like it came. Yeah. Beginning of the season versus DC United. First game of the season.
And I think he did also get hurt too.
I think so, honestly, but I don't see that anywhere unless I'm just missing it. But I think I do remember him getting hurt, possibly.
Yeah.
And then, 9 minutes against Cincinnati, nothing against Vancouver, 5 against Red Bulls, 8 against Nashville, nothing against NYC or Philly, and then 44 against Charlotte back in April. So,
I mean, it's almost time that he hangs up the boots.
Jonah, come home. Sign a 1-day contract.
I'll
sign a 1-day contract.
I'll put that on Twitter. Like, look,
Jonah, come home. Sign a 1-day contract with Columbus and retire black and gold. He's up for Ring of Honor. He's up there. He could do it. But now flipping to Columbus, who unfortunately had their winning streak snapped by Miami. But we've started to piece some things together right here in the right time.
That we didn't do under Porter. The road wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Love Porter to death. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, great. Yeah. Love the guy. Great guy. But the road wins were just not there.
Yeah.
And now we have road wins.
Yeah. So you start winning more at home, and you're adding road wins. And, you're gonna score. You're gonna get points.
Yeah.
So it's always a challenge going into Gillette Stadium. You're playing on turf.
Yeah.
We all know how.
We all know how turf is. We all know how Nancy feels about turf also.
Turf and baseball fields.
Oh, yeah. The two worst. The two worst things.
But it's it's going to be fun because the team Columbus is heating up.
Connor, we won no road games in 2020. But that's also the condensed season where we only play the East teams.
I think he said, didn't we have to win road games to in the playoff in the 2020? I think it was like the two legs still, or
oh, I didn't even say playoffs. All I saw road games in 2020. No. Because
I thought they still did the two leg.
No. No, they didn't. They didn't. Because what happened? Man.
We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did though, because we played. I can't remember who we played. I want to say it was Orlando, then Nashville, then New England. Because I know Nashville was one game, and that went into extra time because Giassi scored the winner. New England was one game, and that was 1-0 because Artur had the lone goal in that game. I don't think it was the home and away. It was also COVID year, so that was I think that was a big part of it.
Brutal.
Yeah. But Columbus has pieced things starting at the right time. We've climbed back up the standings. We currently now sit in 5th. Just 2 points behind Charlotte. If Charlotte drops points this weekend, we win, we can bump up to 4th.
Yep.
And then start closing ground on New York and Cincinnati and hopefully Miami.
Well, if Cincinnati doesn't do something about their back line, they're not, they're going to fumble.
Yeah.
They're going to be,
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be supporter shield winners.
No.
Keys to the game.
Keys to the game. Play smart.
Key to the game, I should say, to win.
Play smart.
Key to victory. Okay.
Play, use your head.
What'd you say?
Have fun.
You froze use your for head. A second.
I didn't say nothing at first.
Oh, okay.
Use your head. Play smart. Have fun. That's my 3 keys.
All right. Anything else before we move to lovely predictions?
I'm anxious to see who actually is going to start. Right now that Aiden's not there,
I say Sean.
I'm leaning to that. Nazi was asked about that today. Is it more or less would it be Sean? Looking at getting the start. Yeah, I don't know who would, but I would say Sean.
Okay.
Either Derek. So.
All right. Ready for predictions?
Yeah.
Hang on. He's opening up FanDuel. Never seen somebody get so happy about FanDuel in my life.
Hey, listen, I just got back from Atlanta, okay? And I was playing Prize Pick.
Is it legal? Oh, wait. Is it legal in California?
I think it is.
Let's go.
It was legal in Kentucky and Tennessee, and then I got to Atlanta and it wasn't legal.
Really? It's not legal in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Ready?
Let's run it.
Atlanta, Toronto from Mercedes-Benz.
Give me Toronto. Until Atlanta could get pieces. Give me Toronto.
I'll actually go opposite. I'll go Atlanta. I'll go Atlanta with this one.
Give me a draw.
Draw. Okay. Manuel says Toronto. Montreal, Philly from Stade Saputo.
Give me Montreal.
You like, because Philadelphia and Jim Curtin have no idea what the hell they're doing right now?
Yes.
Fair.
And Laurent's starting to get players back.
Fair. Manuel says draw. I'm going to go draw also. I'm probably going to go nothing draw.
1-0.
1-0. New York Red Bulls, DC United from Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey.
Is Benteke still out?
I have no idea.
Because I know he was out on a red card. Or he got a red card, I think, either Wednesday or...
If he got a red card in the last match, then yeah, he's out. Which I think he is. I think he didn't get a red card on Saturday. So he's out for this match.
Give me New York.
I'll go 1-1 draw for New York DC United. Dallas FC Cincinnati from Toyota Stadium. Starting at 8:30 games.
Give me
Manuel
Dallas.
Says New York, by the way. Dallas?
Give me Dallas.
I'll go Cincinnati 2-0. Houston, Charlotte from Shell Energy Stadium.
I want Houston.
Manuel says Cincy. Okay.
I want Houston. So my mind wants Houston, but the heart says Charlotte's going to win.
I'll probably go Charlotte. 2-1. Sporting Kansas City, Austin from Children's Mercy Park.
I hate to say it, but Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I'll probably go 3-1, Austin. Manuel says Charlotte. Nashville, Miami from Geodis Park. Leagues Cup final rematch. Manuel says Austin 3-0.
I think this could be a draw. But I think that Nashville's playing good for the interim manager right now.
Yeah.
But still, Inter Miami still doesn't have, they still got firepower as we saw, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Fucking Campana.
He's so good, though. He's so good. He terrorized us when Miami came here. Our only home loss last year. Campana.
I want to go with Nashville so bad.
Manuel says Miami.
I have to lean to them because even without Messi, they still got Robbie Taylor. They still got Campana. They still got, other players that have stepped up with, the big names, the big boys going out, for international duty. So,
Jared, you're slacking. You didn't tell me to switch the banner.
Oh, shit. I'm fired.
I'll probably go Miami also. I'll probably go Miami 2-1.
Hey, you're also fired too because you missed a game.
What game?
Friday.
Is there a game Friday?
Pigeons versus Orlando.
You know what? I didn't even see that, honestly. I didn't even see that, honestly. Because I was like, I said, okay, I saw Copa America, and then I just saw straight Atlanta, Toronto. I didn't even see that.
I'm going to draw in that match, man.
New York, Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. LA, Colorado to start the 5-10-30 games.
As much as I like Colorado, I'm going LAFC. I mean, but Colorado did beat them at home. So don't, I could, I could be wrong there. Colorodo's favorite is the underdog by plus 500.
Well, yeah, because they're in LA. They're in LA, so I'll probably go LAFC on this one. I'll probably go LA by a slim 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Portland, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Give me a 2-2 draw on that one.
I can see it.
Cali Classico from Stanford Stadium. San Jose and LA Galaxy.
Give me Galaxy. San Jose just fired their head coach.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yep.
But
is Ricky back?
I don't think so. And the fact
they're doing well without him, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll take Galaxy 2-0. Yeah, I like that. Seattle, Chicago from Lumen Field.
Seattle.
Yeah, Chicago's a mess.
Chicago's on fire.
Seattle's defense is not terrified. Vancouver, St. Louis.
Give me St. Louis.
Match. St. Louis?
Yeah, give me St. Louis.
I
think it's a 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go St. Louis 2-1 also. Last match. New England, Columbus from Gillette Stadium. By the way, the match is free on Apple TV.
3-0. Columbus.
Give me a slight 2-1 win for Columbus.
I think Cucho is I think he wants to keep that goal scoring going. He's at 9 goals right now. Which he's starting to catch up on everybody.
Starting to make ground on that golden boot talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say he gets another hat trick against New England. He's right there in the mix.
Yeah. Manuel says Crew 2-0. Yeah. Manuel says Crew 2-0. And follows it with a Cucho with a penalty goal.
I saw somebody say that Cucho got a hat trick without a PK.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Last but not least. Bam. Yellow card, red card.
Oh.
I don't even have one, honestly.
I think I have one. Actually, you do, because you posted it this morning. In the middle of Foot Champs.
That was last night.
Okay. Still a card.
You probably saw it this morning.
Yeah. I put the eyes and then Breezeline responds like
fuck Breezeline.
No, but I would
hate that.
I would have to say the yellow card goes to me.
Because I was supposed to get up and go do my contrast therapy. And yeah, the alarm went off and I just laid there.
It'd be like that.
With everything that's going on with me and everything in my back, and it's like, I'm not moving. But I needed that contrast therapy because it helps.
Yeah.
So, that's my yellow.
It be like that, honestly. It really do. It'd be like that a lot. Any reds?
No.
Oh, Manuel.
No.
Poor puppy. Oh man, that's rough. Get it? Rough. Dog.
Mhm.
Rough. Yeah, I'll probably go red with Breezeline just because I've had problems with them in the past so many goddamn times and they suck. I hate Breezeline. They are the worst. They are the worst provider I have ever been with.
Rough. That's a rough one.
She has all her shots, but I need to have that's part of a show. Oh wow. Yeah, I've had problems with Breezeline in the past, so whatever.
Were you winning?
No, it was tied. It was tied heading into this 80th minute. And I was on the attack too. I was on the attack. I swing the ball back from one side to the other. It just stops in the air. I'm like, oh my God, this lag spike. And it just stays there. And all of a sudden, like try to refresh in the YouTube video I was watching. No internet. Phone says no internet. I go out and I see a blue blinking light. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, for what it's worth, there was an outage in the area. So, like, I wasn't the only one. But it could not have happened at a worse time than in the middle of a Foot Champs game.
Hey, at least you were not trying to save, school projects.
That'd be even worse. No, I'm taking courses right now on Film Editing Pro. Thank God I wasn't doing that because that would have been terrible. Golly. Yeah, that's it. Any final thoughts?
Just want to say thanks to everybody that's, that donated for the GoFundMe. I still got 2 days left to come up with the rest, but thanks for everybody that did donate. You guys actually mean the world to me. My favorite co-host Ty, you actually you mean the world to me as well because you've always there. Too many people that I've talked to.
I saw a tweet.
Too many people I've talked to over the last couple of weeks that have donated, and you guys really mean the world to me and actually have shown that people do care. You just have to speak up. The whole saying, closed mouths don't get fed, but when you're going through, some of the stuff that I'm going through, it's hard to ask for help. So once again, thank you guys. You guys are the best.
I got nothing. Other than that, be sure to check out our merch store on our. By the way, we need to do that soon. Get merch, get pictures, so we can do that.
Yep.
I'm thinking we can.
Have to be when you come back.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, I can order while I'm gone, possibly, hopefully, and then just have it delivered to.
I'd say the studio.
I'll probably no, because ain't nobody gonna be there. I'll probably see if I can have it delivered to my mom's job.
Have it delivered to the school.
I'm not gonna be here for 3 weeks.
I know you still can have it delivered to the school
and just have it sit in Angie's office for 3 weeks.
I'll go pick it up.
It's true. Yeah. I forgot. So one of the two, either my mom's job or the school. And then we'll just go to the studio, snap some flicks and whatnot, get it updated so that way we can advertise our merch more. Be sure to check out our store. Link on our Twitter feed. It's our pin tweet. Also, be sure to follow us on all social media. We do need to start making more like shorts and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at Wisemen Pod, on TikTok at Wisemen Pod, on Instagram at the Wisemen Say Podcast. Check us out on Goals TV, Yamo Media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Wisemen Say Podcast. Be sure to listen to us on all podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to follow Jerald on social media.
Jerald_Lucas 96.
Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Did I said YouTube? I think, didn't I? For you, I did. That's Gerald's Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Fisher Tyler __. And yeah, that's it for the show. Apologies we didn't do one last week. I think we both weren't feeling it last week, or something was happening last week.
I
know you, and then I think I also wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
I had like a massive headache or something like that. But we made up for it today. Hour and 20-something odd minutes, I think. So yeah, much love to you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, all 78 of you. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, we also thank you very, very much. Love y'all. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool, hug your loved ones. And Joe, my friend, as tradition goes, wise men say,
only fools rush in.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Go Crew.
Stay wise, y'all.